You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor. Subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments below. And be sure to smash that like button. About a week ago or so, we talked about impact transfers at LSU, and I told you that, in my opinion, the guy who is going to be pretty critical to LSU, I think, is a guy sitting to my left right now in Jardin Gilbert, who transfers back home after spending some time there in College Station with the Aggies, now in LSU. Tiger Jardin Gilbert joins us. How are you, man?
I'm good, bro. Glad to be home.
I asked you that when you came in. It says it feel good to be home, and you're like, "What is it?" So what's it been like being back?
Just being around my family, for one, is something that I didn't think that plays a big part into your mental. So being around my mom, my little brother, my dad, the rest of my family, it helped me.
Yeah. So you're from Baton Rouge and went to U High.
I'm originally from White Castle, Louisiana.
Okay, from White. Hey, man, respect to White Castle. So White Castle, and then you played at U High. So just the opportunity to go to U High brought you over there. Really good football program, great school.
Most definitely. U High, definitely the best high school in the state.
Except for Catholic, which is the best high school in the country. No. I mean, you can shake your head all you want, but I can walk you over there and you can look at all the trophies we got, the banners we hang. Just won a national championship in baseball. I mean, whatever.
Nah, they run up. They second.
My guy, I can respect you standing firm, but I have data that will disagree with you. This is fun. I even told Michael Bonnet we would have a little fun with that. Go back to whenever when you were coming out of high school and you picked Texas A&M. Remind us what that recruiting process was like and what led you to pick A&M coming out of high school.
For starters, as we know, the epidemic COVID-19 happened around 2020, 2021. So me being able to take visits, I couldn't because all the schools were shut down and I wasn't able to go and see the campus for myself. So I did a lot of virtual tours and had to stick to communication and trying to feel coaches out instead of like meeting them face to face. A lot of FaceTime. So recruiting, picking a school was kind of difficult. Trying to understand like how the system gonna be played and who gonna be coaching you and what teammates you gonna be around. So all of that was kind of difficult. So what A&M was selling to me is that I wanted to be the first there to win a national championship. That haven't been done. Coach Jimbo's from here. Well, not from here. He coached here, so he was familiar with the area, and yeah.
And so so in your senior year in high school was the COVID year.
Correct.
Yeah. So you know what's interesting too, Jardin? I think I have this conversation all the time here on the show, and so the audience is used to me talking about this. But I'm a very, very, very as far pro transfer portal NIL as you can get. Like a lot of people see benefits. I'm like, give everything to the players. Like and I get it. I'm an extremist, and not everybody feels that same way. But I'm like, if there's money to make it. If you want to transfer 4 times your career, transfer. And I was telling you this off air. I transferred, and I made a choice to go to college. My friend, and I wasn't an athlete, but as an 18-year-old, I made a decision I thought was best for me. After a year, realized this wasn't best for me, and so I had the option to leave. So I'm always for that for student athletes as well. Why should you be any different? So you've had this experience now where you went to A&M and you were there, for 3 years, and you have the opportunity to come home because of the transfer portal. Like, do you look at the portal as a resource, as a benefit, like because you had that option to you?
Me personally, I can only speak for me.
Yeah.
It definitely helped me. It was being in a situation that, for one, if you mentally checked out of a school or an area that you are in it, and you want to leave and you can't, that'll mess you up mentally. So being able to transfer and making the best decision for me, being able to put myself in a higher opportunity to succeed at my goals, the transfer portal is a pro.
Yeah, I mean and I understand the other point of view where people say you get tuition and room and board and they spend all these resources recruiting you, but the opposite's also true. Like if a coach wanted to, back like a better word, purge a player off a roster or something like that, or not renew your scholarship, it's got to work both ways. The player should be able to leave too.
I agree.
Yeah. So when you went into the portal, What other opportunities were there for you? Like, did you get a lot of contact?
Yeah, I got some more SEC schools. I got some Pac-12 schools. I got Big Ten. Just about every conference.
Yeah. Was the decision? What was the decision like for you? Like, was it an easy decision to come back home?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
When I got in the portal, and I told myself if LSU reached out, I'm going home. That's where I wanted to be from the start. This is the decision that I should have been made out of high school, and God blessed me with the opportunity to make the decision again.
But also when you were coming out of high school, that was at a time where LSU was in a transition, going through a coaching change as well. Did that weigh into anything as well?
Most definitely. I got word that Coach O was getting fired, getting released, and I didn't know who was going to be coaching me. That's the coaching staff who recruited me. So not knowing who was going to come in, who was going to coach, Coach C. Ray left. I was just like, yeah.
So Corey, and then at the time, Bill Bush was also coaching.
Correct.
I think at the time, Bill Bush was still coaching safeties.
He was the safety.
So, but now Corey's back. How much? So then, we'll talk about this coming season, and spring, and all that in the next segment, because we got you for a little bit. But this process is interesting to me. So, whenever you decide to go in the portal, had Corey already been rehired at LSU?
Nah.
Okay, so you picked LSU even not knowing that Corey was back.
Most definitely.
Okay, so who reached out to you first when you went in the portal?
It was Coach Frank and Sherman Wilson.
Okay, what were those conversations like with Coach Frank and with Sherm?
So like I said, I made it easy. I knew this is where I wanted to be. I wanted to be a Tiger from the jump. So just them giving me the opportunity to come back home and play in front of the people that I love, it was easy conversation.
Yeah,
that's where I wanted to be.
Jardin Gilbert's in studio with us, LSU transfer safety. What was it like playing against LSU as an Aggie?
Oh, that was my championship game. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to play last year due to injury, but 2022, I told the whole locker room that we're not losing this game. Not losing this game. If I lost that game, I wouldn't be able to go home. So we ended up winning 2022.
Yeah, I remember that game. It was not a great moment for Tiger fans. They, of course, already won the SEC West. We're going to Atlanta and drop that game at Kyle Field. So you make the decision to come back to Baton Rouge. How has the transition, new coaching staff, new teammates, all this stuff? How has that gone so far?
Me personally, I love it. What the difference between here and there is the mentality that this place holds. Without coaching, without anybody else, without play, it just what has been done here. So walking into the building, it make you walk with your chest out, your chin up. So being able to come here and be a part of this and possibly set a legacy, it's a dream come true.
Yeah. What can you elaborate a little more on sort of the difference? And I'm not asking you to talk bad about A&M.
No,
I mean, they gave you gave you a great opportunity, and you played great there. But just, I think it's important for like the fan listening, because most people, you understand this, like most people listening to us or watching us, they're never going to walk into football ops, right? They're never going to have the opportunity to walk into the locker room at Tiger Stadium, walk through the goalposts, and certainly not from a player's perspective. So help us illustrate the difference a little bit more. Like, what was it like being at A&M as opposed to here?
For starters, like you said, I won't talk about bad about A&M. They gave me an opportunity to be able to showcase my talent. So for starters, what I've seen so far is that Louisiana, I could be biased, but Louisiana football players just have a different mentality. That's just the biggest difference from A&M and LSU. A&M has more, we're going to be honest, A&M have more resources than us. They have the facilities. They have everything. But what separates Louisiana and LSU from any other school, not just A&M, the mentality that we have.
Yeah. It's I say all the time, I've said for years, I think the biggest recruiting advantage LSU has, I say, is the dirt. It's the state. Sure. Because you have guys who just grow up here wanting to play at LSU. And so whenever you're able to get these super talented, and there's no other Power 5 in the state, right? So it's the only game if you're able to get the guys to stay home. Jardin Gilbert's in studio with us. So I want to talk a little bit about in the next segment about how spring went. We'll talk about the season. But what has been like the best part about being home? I mean, I know being close to your family, but like elaborate a little more on like what's it been like, the best part being home since you've been home this spring?
I'll probably have to say just being on the team with a couple players that I played against in high school that we've kept in touch, just seeing them doing good in high school, and we all just come together and play football. So probably, I'll say probably that, just being able just to know almost everybody on the roster or have a relationship that goes beyond football on the roster, whereas A&M, I ain't know anybody.
Yeah, you left home.
Right.
So who are some of your closest friends that on the roster, guys you played against?
I played Major at Madison Prep. I played, who else I played? I played with Austin. Austin is on the he's a safety.
He transferred in from Auburn.
Correct.
Yeah.
Just the whole the defense is family, so we all play.
Yeah, he played with and against a lot of those guys, no doubt. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.